welcome to this Cricut Design Space tutorial, which is going to allow you to use your Cricut machine to make a bunch of cool cutout crafts. So let's go ahead and get started. So on Google, we're going to look for Cricut Design Space. And this is the software, the free software we are going to need to download in order to access the program and cut out our patterns. Okay, so we just got a Cricut Explore 3. So that's what we would select here. Depending on what you have, whether it's a Cricut machine, heat press, or cutter, you will select that option. Then you're going to agree to the terms and services and then download the software and install it onto your computer. Okay, so you'll need to be on desktop for this to be a seamless experience. And so we're going to come down to Design Space, which is installed on my Mac. And now we have access to the software. And we can now see a lot of different projects that we can start with. We're going to walk through two main projects using adhesive vinyl and using printable vinyl, which are some of the more popular options. So depending on what you're looking for, you can look for beginner projects, how-tos, and a lot of pre-loaded projects that you can explore. We can look at our previous projects here. So anything I've done in the past where I printed out stickers or I used adhesive vinyl. We can look through our bookmarks, ready to make, and so on, and even look at our images, maybe where we uploaded some recent images here, and you can come back and revisit these if you want to make another project similar to that. So with Cricut Design Space, there's the free version and Cricut Access. Cricut Access is a paid subscription. The benefits you can see down here are a lot of images, fonts, and ready-to-make projects, which do help in a lot of cases. So that's always an option. But we're going to come back here to the Home tab, and we're going to start walking through an adhesive vinyl project. So we're going to open up New Project, and here we can see this grid, and then we can look at a bunch of different options we have. So if we want to go through a template, and let's say we're making a custom t-shirt, hat, tote bag, or something like that, we can select any of these options. All right, this is going to preload a full cutout that we can use as a template. All right, but we're not going to do this. We are actually coming down to shapes, and here we have multiple options. We can either use the free cutouts, which are very limited down here, as you can see, or we can go with a new shape or image even. So shapes are an option if you're going to do a cutout, let's say, of adhesive vinyl for raising cancer awareness. This would be an option, right? You can drag and drop, you can resize, so you can see down there how large the vinyl cutout would end up being, and then you can adjust it accordingly. So my favorite tab here is going to be this Images tab, and let's create a project, for example, around Halloween. So if we type in Halloween, we're going to be able to see a lot of images thanks to Cricut Access that we can add. So let's add a few different options here, and we are going to walk through this process as if we were making some adhesive vinyl cutouts that we would like to create for our Halloween decorations. Okay, so I'm going to move these around a bit because they're all stuck together. If you look closely up here, the grid, it goes up to as large of a size as you would like, but standard adhesive vinyl cutouts would be 12 inches by 12 inches. So I'm going to need to make sure these all fit, and I would drag and resize them so that they're not too large. So I would resize them down. Typically, I like to make cutouts roughly 3 inches by 3 inches. It really depends on your project, whether it's a bumper sticker, it's going to be used for a laptop or a water bottle or something else. You're going to want to resize those. Okay, so we have these all set up. We have the basic cutouts. This looks correct. One thing to notice is although this shows as one color, whatever color you load into your Cricut mat is going to be the actual final color. So let's say these all look black, but then we're actually using a blue or a green or something like that. That would be the case. Okay, so this looks good. All right, we have this all within our mat space. We can now go to make. We can hit save project. So I'm going to type in Halloween so I know what this is, and I can come to it for future reference or if I want to redo this. And next we'll be prompted with a new image, a new window where it's asking what we want to load our mat on, what our project is going to be based on. So we can select without mat, on card mat, or multiple ways. Usually you're going to go with on mat. All right, so this is again a 12-inch by 12-inch Cricut mat that you'll need on top to put your vinyl on so that it can cut out seamlessly. But with Cricut Smart Materials, if you have that, like Cricut Smart Vinyl, you wouldn't even need a mat. All right, so we're gonna select on mat, 12-inch by 12-inch, and then we're gonna hit confirm. So here we have another visual layout. This is our Cricut mat. We're gonna feed this into our Cricut cutting machine, and in this case, we're going to cut out these images of adhesive vinyl. So what you can see is I might have been able to add a couple of more. If you want to be economical and you want to make sure you use up as much vinyl as possible and get the best use out of it, that would be what you'd want to do. But this looks good to me. You can also kind of adjust these different orientations. You can reselect maybe if you want to choose, oh wait, I'm using actually smart vinyl, so I wouldn't need a mat, right? Or oops, this is actually a 12 by 19 inch mat that I'm going for. Or if we're going to use printable adhesive, printable heat transfer vinyl here, we would mirror everything. So you can see it puts everything backwards, because that in that case you would transfer these things face down. But unless you're using a printable heat transfer vinyl, you're not going to need to mirror anything. So that is not going to be needed. All right. Next, we're going to hit continue. So we're continuing, and now we need to select the actual material that we are using. So in our case, let's say we're using a glossy permanent adhesive vinyl. We would select that right here. However, there are a lot more options. So if you blow this out and you look for everything, let's say we want to cut out leather. Well, we didn't see that option, so we're going to need to scroll down, and then here we go. If we used some type of a leather and it's thicker, we'd need to tell our Cricut machine that so it knows to adjust the blade depth. That's the whole reason for this, so that it cuts through properly. So that's what we would do here. We're going to go back though, and we're going to say, nope, we're using premium vinyl permanent glossy. Be very careful what you select so that it cuts out the correct depth. Next, we're going to be able to see that we can adjust the pressure. If you expect, let's say you have a dull blade, or this material is thicker than the average adhesive vinyl, then you would adjust to a heavier pressure. If you don't think that's as big of an issue, you can reduce it, but generally leaving it as default is completely fine. Okay, so then from here, you would load the adhesive vinyl into the machine and then press go. So all of that will be done on the Cricut machine. That's all you have to do for adhesive vinyl. Fairly straightforward. Now let's move on to another project, and that is going to be printable vinyl. So we're going to hit new, and this is a bit different. It's a little bit trickier, so you're going to want to pay close attention here. So we can go and look at our images here that we have uploaded, and for printable vinyl sticker paper, or printable heat transfer vinyl, you're going to want to upload a custom image or look through some of this database. Now, what I notice about a lot of these is they're kind of adhesive vinyl geared, but we could absolutely choose some of these that have multicolor prints. I personally enjoy uploading my own images either from Google, from Canva, or somewhere else. And so we're going to select one of these that we've previously uploaded. All right, so we can either do that or upload an image up here. And we're going to add this to Canvas. Now, this again is a bit tricky. It's a bit different. And we want to make sure we get this right. So with this image here, what we see is there's a little bit of an issue down here. For some reason, this bunny has a very faint outline, and I don't think this is going to be accurately printed and cut. So we want to make sure that we come up here and we want to not select basic cut, because this actually will give us an issue here, and it's just going to treat this as it's going to tell the printer when we send it to the printer to print this, and this is not what we want. So we want to first and foremost select print then cut, and we want to make sure that's good to go. We can also see there's an error here. The image is too large, so let's hit auto resize image. Boom, there we go. And then finally we see that there is some sort of an issue with this bunny cutout. And so if we print this and this has an error, then we'll need to adjust this. Maybe it's a good idea to instead actually print out and upload some of these, some images that show the outside of the cut to be deep black, right? But provided that is showing up properly, then we're going to go ahead and hit make. Okay, so again, make sure this is set to print then cut. Make sure the image is correctly displaying, and then we're going to hit make here. We can save our project to be cool stickers so we can come back to it later. All right, so for print then cut, this is a slightly different process. Let's walk through it now, because we actually need to upload this and this file as a print then cut file so that our cutting machine can read these. Okay, so print then cut, generally it is based off 8.5 by 11 inch sheets of printable sticker or printable vinyl, both of which we offer at Royal Elements. You can check the description of this video or go to royalelements.com for more materials. Okay, but here we go. This is our design. This is 8.5 by 11 inch sheets. And then what this is going to do is it's going to add cut files here, cut lines so that our Cricut machine can actually read it and cut out these specialty printed stickers. So we'll hit continue. And next we would need to send this to our printer. It's saying we need to recalibrate, but we've already done this, so we're going to ignore that. But we're going to first need to print this custom cut line file. And now if we hover over this, you can see on each corner there is a black kind of L shape. And this is how our Cricut machine will know how to read these stickers based off of the distance around those cut lines on each corner. So very important, you don't just upload a printed file and expect your Cricut machine to be able to cut them. You actually need to go through this print then cut process. So we design the file, we would send it to our printer, then we'd select the base material, which again would be some type of vinyl, load it, and then press go, and our Cricut machine would do the rest. Okay, so that's how print then cut works. That's how Cricut Design Space works. I hope this tutorial helped you. If it did, leave a like, and I will see you in the next video.